everyone, Kathy the Vegan Prepper here, and today come along with me as I try for the very first time washing my hair with beans. All right, hear me out. Let's get into this. Vegan prepper. Vegan prepper. Washing your hair with beans, specifically chickpea flour, is a practice that's not very common where I live in the US, but it's something that's been going on in India for hundreds, if not thousands of years. I am so grateful to that country, that piece of the world, for all of the wisdom and knowledge that they've given the entire world over the years. Specifically for me personally, in my herbal studies, it's the scientific medical body of knowledge that is Ayurveda, their healing science, which is thousands of years old, among many other things. This is just like the latest thing that has come from India that has blessed my life, so I'm really grateful for that. But basically, I sort of came across the idea of doing this again because I had watched a video a few years ago of Fairyland Cottage talking about washing her hair with chickpea flour, and at the time I was like, okay, that's interesting, I guess it's a zero waste thing. But now I'm seeing it more from the angle of not only being zero waste, but also being very prepper friendly. Like, if you could take chickpeas and grind them down and you have something to clean your hair with, like, I feel like this is something that we've got to explore. So basically, I am going to do this for the very first time on my 5-day unwashed hair. I'm showing you just the reality of it. So I haven't done any shampoo or conditioner, but I have been in the shower and I've let hot water come through and kind of scrubbed my scalp, but you can see there's still a little dandruff here. Like, we're really being real here. Hopefully nobody's like ridiculously grossed out by this, but I do definitely have dandruff. One of the things that washing with chickpea flour is supposed to help with is dandruff. And so I have definitely noticed in the past when I've tried to reduce my shampoo usage or go any kind of no poo route or whatever, that I have had a lot of scalp issues and dandruff. And so I am going to do this only for the first time today, but I'm planning on keeping up with it for a while and then updating you guys on how it treats my hair. So I will go ahead and mix up my chickpea mixture, get in the shower. I'm not filming that part. And then I am going to come back and show you, once my hair is dry, kind of what it looks like and talk a little bit more about it. So just like some shots of my hair. And yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. I did not grind the flour up myself this time, but I do have 2 tablespoons of just chickpea flour in my bowl. I don't know how much water it takes. Like I said, this is only my first time. I'm just going to sort of add water, about a teaspoon at a time, until we get something that I can pour into my hair. Yes, 4 teaspoons got me to this consistency, which is not completely runny, but it will pour, and it still has a little bit of body to it. So I think I'm going to stick with this. It's supposed to be kind of like a runny paste, and I think that's what we got. So it was 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour, 4 teaspoons of water, but I definitely highly recommend that you do your own experimentation with the amounts, depending on, you know, your humidity, the storage conditions of your flour, where your flour comes from, batches of flour. Probably every time I get a new batch of flour, I'll retest the amount of water, and that's just sort of a good practice to do. But for there, we have kind of a rule of thumb. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go dump this through my hair. I just included a little clip of what I looked like last night when I filmed the original ending segment of this video, but I just really wanted to come back and let you guys see me in natural light. Obviously, so now because it's the next morning, I have slept on this, but I still think it's fluffy and wonderful compared to what it was last night when I first started and I first showed you my hair. overall, I have to say I'm ridiculously impressed with the way that my hair has turned out and how everything went. And I'll just talk to you a little bit, sort of going in order through the whole experience so that if you decide to try it, you know what to expect yourself. First reaction to actually using the chickpea flour mixture in the shower is I was really surprised at how well it went through my hair. It was basically just like using a shampoo. And now, like, I've used some natural treatments on my hair and stuff that felt like it was really difficult to get through, but no, it just like slipped right in. So I just poured some on, put it in, got some on my hands to kind of do the back, and then did down the length of my hair, and it just was extremely easy. And so I was very impressed with that part. The only negative maybe is it was difficult to rinse out. I feel like I was rinsing for a really long time, and then I still didn't quite get it all out. And as I was rinsing, my body was feeling a bit sandy, as in like I was on the beach or something, but that rinsed away pretty well. Over on Fairyland Cottage in her video, she says it's not a big deal. It just kind of goes down the drain. And I would think too, like, it should theoretically not be a big deal. It's only 2 tablespoons of the flour. It doesn't feel like that should be enough to stop up a drain. And so we'll see, because I'm going to keep moving forward and we'll see how it goes. But yes, and also as I was putting the chickpea flour mixture on my hair, there was a very strong scent of the mixture itself, the chickpea flour. But I will say, as of last night, as soon as my hair was dry, and then even as it was drying, it kind of still smelled that way. But as soon as it was dry, the smell was completely gone. And yeah, there's like no lingering smell at all. In fact, it doesn't smell like, my hair smells like nothing. So, so that's good to know. So if you get a little overwhelmed by the smell, it does go away. It's not a bad smell. It's just, you know, just chickpea flour. It's not like a rancid bad smell. It's just, it's a smell. So I just thought I would talk about that. And then as it was drying, I could see, like I said, I don't think I fully got all of the flour out of my hair as it was drying though. One of my concerns was, would it be almost like a chia seed type situation where if some of the flour dries in your hair, is it going to get stuck to your hair, or will it fall out? And as you saw in a little clip I had where I had some kind of on my chest here, as it fell out, that it did fall out as it was drying. So that's something definitely to keep in mind. If you don't manage to rinse the chickpea flour out of your hair completely, you might have a little bit of raining chickpea flour on you. So it might not be the thing to be doing where you put it in your hair and then you go out while your hair is still wet, if you're concerned about something like that. But yeah, like I said, overall though, I'm kind of gobsmacked, flabbergasted, super impressed with, and very happy with the results that I got on my hair. And seriously, if this is the way that it's going to be, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just so easy. It's so simple. It's just one ingredient, non-toxic. And I started thinking of all these possibilities. Like, I didn't test if it hurts my eyes or not. I'm going to be testing that on purpose in the next shower. I'm going to let some of it run into my eyes on purpose to see if it's like a tear-free type thing. Like, could I use it on my daughter? Could it possibly be something that you could use on a baby, that it's not like a something you have to buy in a plastic bottle full of chemicals to make it tear-free? Like, you could just use chickpea flour. I don't know that yet, so don't try it on your baby yet. But like things like that, or thinking about you know, hiking, backpacking, doing trips and camping trips and stuff like that. It's such an easy one ingredient, simple thing. Well, I mean, with a little water, you could theoretically kind of wash your hair outdoors and just rinse yourself off, and it's not something that's going to be polluting the earth at all. You could be bringing chickpea flour because you're planning on using it to cook some of your food. Like, you can make all kinds of stuff with it. Actually, I'm like looking around my floor now because I have so much stuff on the floor right now. It's a disaster in here. Is where we're decluttering and there's stuff everywhere all the time. If you know what I'm talking about if you've ever decluttered. But I can see it over there. I'll show you guys. Or no, I'll just link it down below. The chickpea flour cookbook. It's not a vegan book, but it has vegan options for everything. There are so many options for cooking with chickpea flour. And I've made several of the recipes and they're delicious. And so I can imagine if you were packing it to make something for yourself, you can also use it as your shampoo. Like, you don't have to pack extra stuff. Like, anyway, possibilities are like going in my mind. But yes, I think definitely having this in our arsenal, even just knowing about it, maybe try it once. If you're not planning on switching from shampoo, you don't have to, but maybe just try it like one time to see what is it like. And it's a possibility that you could keep your hair clean even if you don't have access to your shampoo, or whatever. Like, I also feel like, except for the fact that it was a little difficult to rinse it out, it's possible. I wonder if you could save a little bit of water, because, conditioner can be hard to rinse out too. Like, where you feel like it's never quite fully rinsed out and you keep rinsing because you're trying to get that kind of slimy feel out of your hair that conditioner leaves behind. If you were maybe having your hair in a basin instead of doing it with water pouring on top, like, I don't know. So like, all these things are things that I'm thinking about and probably going to try as I'm moving forward. But I'm going to be washing my hair now with chickpea flour for at least a month, if not longer, just so that I can really sink into it, get used to it, and then report my findings eventually and let you guys know too. Fairyland Cottage on her video did talk about doing an apple cider vinegar and lemon juice rinse. I did not personally do that myself because I'm concerned. My hair is extremely fine, and I have heard sometimes that those kinds of ingredients can be harsh on hair. She was saying that you do it like once a month. And so, like I said, I did not do the rinse because I am concerned, but I will do some more research. It's possible that that kind of a rinse also can help rinse it out. But if you're only using that once a month, then I don't know how much it helps with your twice weekly washing, which is again kind of what she recommended in her video over at Fairyland Cottage. And so, final thing I wanted to talk about, especially when we're dealing with hard times, having it in your arsenal is not just about an emergency situation, whatever, but that maybe if you do need to drastically cut some costs, having an option like this available to you could also open up a window of opportunity for you to not have to have an extra cost in your life if you have to. I love the idea of existing as much of my life as possible from my dry stores. Like, I really love that. And so I did some math. I went to azurestandard.com, which is where I get my chickpea flour from. It comes to me in a paper bag. And for me, I purchased 8 pounds at a time, and the 8-pound bag of organic chickpea flour, which comes to me just in a paper bag, 8 pounds. So if you're using 2 tablespoons per wash and you're washing your hair twice a week, that is 1/4 cup of chickpea flour per week that you will be using. And so it's very handy on the 8-pound chickpea flour bag. They had the servings listed. It was 113 servings at 1/4 cup each. And so doing the math on that, that's over 2 years worth of shampoo and hair washing. For only $16.44, at least as of today, April 24th, 2023, what the pricing is right now. So yeah, it's potentially a really good budget savings, even if you could augment, maybe not use quite as much shampoo and conditioner or whatever it is you do. It's just an idea, just a thought, as I'm just kind of doing experiments. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So basically, yeah, hopefully that was interesting and helpful. If you got anything out of that, definitely give me a like, subscribe, look for more, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of any of this. Have you experienced washing your hair with chickpea flour before? If you have, what have you done? What was your method? Like, what steps did you take? What was your experience with it over time? And yeah, I look forward to updating you guys on how it's going as it's going. And as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. I'm literally washing my hair with beans now. So if there's like some game show, it's like, how vegan are you? I think I might be the winner.